Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we are doing Keep It, Fix It, Dump It. I know we're in December, but we're doing November because I think I missed October as well. But I've had so much crap go down over the past few months that I've missed certain things. But Keep It, Fix It, Dump It, for those of you who don't know already, is where I take a few products I've been sent this month or last month for in PR, or I bought myself and haven't yet tried, and I'm going to try them out and I'm going to see if I want to keep them, which means of course I'm going to keep them, fix them, which means I'm not physically going to fix it because I don't have time, but it means that I like this product, I'm going to keep it, but if I could change it and make it slightly more better to my standards, how would I do so? And dump means I'm going to give it away, donate it, whatever, or keep it for a future video of like second chances or something like that. I have a gammy thumb, for those of you who didn't see everyone on my social media. I had a big bandage on my thumb. You can just see the scar poking out there. It goes all the way up here and I need to keep it clean and dry. And also like, for those of you who are squeamish, it's not the best thing to look at. I think it looks really cool, but some of you might hate it. Okay, so let's get into it. Please do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and let's just do it. Let's start with the eyes, because I'm kind of excited about some of the eye products. This is from a brand, so this is from Superdrug here in the UK. This is called Studio London, and this is the Colour Icon. Where can you see it? Here? Too much light. Colour Icon Eyeshadow Base. I can't actually see a shade on this, but it just says prep and add vibrancy. So let's do so. Squeeze a little tube. First impression straight up is a bit concealery texture compared to how I usually like my products. My eye primers even, I kind of like them to be a little bit more, I guess, not like concealer basically. It's very, very sheer, which is okay. And it's really evening out the tone on my eyelids, which I like in a eyeshadow primer. I just got my fingertips in there because I can see in some places, you can see on the inside here, it isn't really gripping very well to my skin. It is very watery almost. And I haven't really applied an eye cream today either, so it's not exactly like I have excess moisture sitting there, but then I'm not overly dry on my lids today or dehydrated. That should be an issue. Can you see it just won't sit on this inside corner here at all? I'm gonna try tapping it on and just letting it sit for a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna give that a second to like settle, and let's just see if it doesn't. Can you just see it's just not sitting on some areas of my eyelid, which I kind of would need it to work, because we're gonna go in with a McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana. That's a long name. What was the bigger palette from Pat McGrath they released before? I really didn't like it. It almost gave me the impression, right, like the like, you know, the normal range palettes were always really nice, and I don't know if it's a different formula or if it's the same, but these kind of bigger palettes just they don't work quite as well as the normal range, normal line. So the shade range is nice. In here, the different shades, this purple looks absolutely stunning. Blue looks beautiful. And then this shade up here, you can't quite see it, but it's almost like this really lavender purple, like shine. Let's just check our eye primer before we get into this. It hasn't really creased at all. It feels really smooth on the lid. It actually doesn't feel like there's anything on my eyelids, which is quite nice. I do think we're going to have some issue with some eyeshadow on the inside corner here because the primer there is virtually non-existent. But let's just do it anyway. Okay, so let's go in. Should we do something? I don't know what to do. Okay, let's do something a little bit different. Let's start with this like light purple, and I'm going to put that on the inside corner just to kind of give the primer a bit of a benefit of a doubt. It's not the, what's the word, strongest primer, so I'm going to use quite a sheer color to hopefully, so if it doesn't grip, it doesn't look too crazy. And this shade is called Lunar Lavender. It's nice. It is a bit like dusty in the palette itself, but the color's coming out nice. The texture's really nice, even sitting on top of the crappy eye primer. Okay, we're gonna go for Aquarium Dream, which is this really nice blue. I hope it comes out as intense looking as it looks in the palette itself. And it does. Nice. Okay, cool. This primer is it's shit. It's going to be a dump. Basically, because I mean, if I had my normal like Sigma eyeshadow primer on, I think it would be a lot more like I can see unevenness to the eyeshadow, and it's not the eyeshadow itself, it's definitely the texture of the primer. I don't know if you can see on this lid here, you see there's like a big like patch of strong shadow, and then right underneath it's almost non-existent. That's where the primer wasn't sitting very well on my lids before we started. Look at, you see those areas where the primer wasn't sitting? It really does matter what your primer is doing. Why am I looking up there? That's really nice. The matte is blending really beautifully. It was the matte shades I had trouble with in the previous palette, so this is a nice update almost. And considering we're using a pretty shitty eye primer, this is good going so far. I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit more and then build up the color. I mean, look where, especially here, you can see the non-existent smoothness, I should say. It's really dragging where that primer has almost been absorbed by the eyelid in some places and not in some others. So I'm just going to try and smooth that out. Okay, let me get on with the skin and then we'll finish up the eyes. So for our foundation, we have, again from Studio, the same place the primer was from. Studio London by Superdrug, Flaunt Flawless Perfecting Foundation. This is definitely a shade too dark, maybe for me. We will have a look. Doesn't smell like anything, so that's nice. Oh, actually, that's fine. Okay, cool. Well, it's a bit light, but also we can bronze that up, can't we? It's very sheer, which is nice. It feels very lightweight on the skin. Oh, it's kind of like undetectable almost. Very easy to blend. It blends quite well, quite seamlessly with the skin. Let's see how it covers this spot up here. And it's okay. It's good coverage if you want something natural that has a bit of coverage. It's, yes. It's kind of strange. So it's going on quite liquidy. And then as I blend, it feels like it's getting thicker. Okay, that's a nice foundation. That's really good. Studio London Flaunt Flawless. That's cute. If we had my shade... This is fine, actually. I don't mind it. Bit of bronzer, like I said, we will be absolutely fine. Let's finish up under the eyes. Let's take this darker blue. What's that called? Nocturnal Navy. Now, blues are always a good test. Let's have a look. They can come up quite dry sometimes, so this is nice and easy to blend, and we're good. Good. Smooth. It's nice. It's nice and smooth. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with this. This is going to be a keep. The matte textures were a lot better than I remember from it. What was the previous palette? I can't remember, but it was like a baby pink, and I was not impressed with it at all. The shimmers were kind of like crumbly and dry, but these ones are a lot more creamier. If I had a nicer eyeshadow base on, I think I'll be so much happier with this look. But the eyeshadow primer ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. And we're gonna do a keep for a foundation too. This is a good one. Let's take a look at this highlighter. This is, I forgot I had this. I don't know where it's come from. Doesn't even have a box. Maybe I got this in like a beauty advent calendar, but this is glazed by the brand Roglow. Never heard of it. And it is the skin stick. Roglow skin stick. So I'm going to take a little bit. It's quite white almost. But when I do swatch it, it kind of is more of a gold kind of glow. So let's just do it. Let's just tap it onto the foundation. Oh, you don't need that much. I'm going to take it. I like to take mine down here, like a number 7 down. Tuck a little bit under the eyes, just to add a little brightness. I haven't used concealer today. I don't really mind, but I haven't. Oh, that is nice. I feel like maybe I used a bit too much. Had I used a little bit less, it maybe wouldn't look so sudden on the skin. It looks a little bit like, oh, there it is. Let's take our foundation brush and let's just buff around the edges of where we've applied that product. is very gold. I'll be interested to see if they do it's a very yellowy gold. If they do different shades, I would might like maybe more of a rose gold. It just tends to look a little bit more natural on the skin. On my skin tone anyway. I do have to say, we're blending this cream product today. I don't know what's going on. My filming room is freezing cold, which is the way I prefer it. But my skin is also really, really cold. Usually my fingers are nice and warm, so I can warm up the product a little bit more, but it's not happening today. Maybe I should put concealer on. I look a little bit tired. Okay, you know what I'm going to do with this one? I'm going to fix, because something about the way it blends, I would like it to be a little bit smoother, but it is really nice. I would use this again, like right now, tomorrow. It is nice. So fix. Okay, let's get a little bit of color to my face. This is, again, we're going into Studio, and this is their You Do You bronzing drops. Golden Hour Glow. I'm not the biggest fan of bronzing drops, I have to be honest. I think the nicest ones I've used have been from Chantecaille. They were really, really nice. Oh, excuse me. I can't really squeeze properly yet with this thumb. Nice. It looks more like a gel, which is really cute. I'm going to use the same brush we used for our foundation, so it kind of just eases the color on without being too crazy. That does look quite orangey to me in terms of bronzer, like almost red orange. I just realized I was silent the whole time while applying that. I don't really have an opinion. I'm going to fix because it's fine. I wish the finish was slightly more... It kind of looks like it's dried down a little bit. And the shade it is, it kind of... I mean, I wouldn't look at my skin right now and think, oh my god, bronze. It looks like I've used like quite a dry powder on my skin. And like it's gone a little bit patchy. So it isn't... I'm not overly impressed with that, to be honest with you. Let's go on to lips. From Sephora's own collection, we have hashtag lip stories. This is cool. This is the shade Free, and it's this nice like nudie pinky, like a dusky rose. Oh, that's cute. It says on the thing hashtag cream. That's a really, really nice texture. Really smooth, really creamy. Hashtag cream. Really comfortable on the lip as well. Can't even feel it there. Really, really nice. I love these kind of shades where it's just like a little bit of a rosy, natural nude. It looks really, really good. I am going to go on top with gloss. And this is also from Sephora. Also, keep this lipstick. Keep. And this is Outrageous Intense. It doesn't really have anything, but it looks like this. It doesn't really have a name or anything like that. Oh, I hope it's not plumping. But it has like this peachy shine to it, which I thought was really pretty. Oh no, I think it might be plumping. Whoopsie. Nice. It is plumping. I don't like plumping lip glosses. Ugh. But the colour's really nice. And the shine it has on the lip is really beautiful as well. It's really nice that it's kind of kept that colour off my lipstick underneath, but it's added like a slight glow to it. Let me get on some lashes. We are going to be using the Baby Doll lashes. These are in Primark, I believe, in the UK. They sent me these. I've used these before, so I know I like them, so I'm just going to stick them on. Okay, so lashes are on. They're fine. I'm actually going to take off this gloss because it is... No, I can hold on. I can hold on a few minutes. It is burning my lip. It's tingling. I wouldn't say burning. It's not the most painful, but it's not very comfortable, I have to be honest. So maybe we'll change that to a fix. I like the colour, but the finish, the feeling isn't very nice at all. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to know your opinions on these products down below. Do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.